Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. I'd love to share a formula that I derived, or let me say created in 2005. But then this formula, it requires, or before I carry on, what is it for, or what is it about, this formula? The formula is about calculating the square without using a calculator. When we talk of a square, we talk of, let's say, 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared. You understand? First, before we go to before we go to this formula that I created or derived 2005, first we should know from 1 to 10 what are the squares of those numbers from 1 to 10. Then we can carry on with that formula, because that formula is for 2 digits and up. If you know that 1 squared, it's 1 multiplied by 1, which is 1. Then 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. 4 squared is 4 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 16. Then 5, enormous. 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Then 6 squared, 6 multiplied by 6 is equal to 36. Then there it goes, 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 up until 10. Up until 10. Up until 10, up until 10, up until 10 squared, up until 10 squared, which is 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100. So if first you master this one, you know from 1 to 10 what is the square of 1 and what is the square of 10, then you'll be covered. For instance, just a small example of that formula. Let's talk about 2 digits. Let's start with 100. Sorry, I say again 10. 10 squared. 10 squared, we all know 10 squared. Okay, let's go to 11 squared. Now we're talking of 2 digits here. On those 2 digits, how does this formula of mine work? Remember, we want to calculate the square of 11 without using the calculator, because if we were to use the calculator, I'm sorry, I say again, if now you were to calculate this 11 squared without using calculator, most we're going to add 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 up until the whole thing. So the simplest way here is I don't know if we're gonna call it a last number, this one, or a first number. Let me say last number. This last number, first you multiply it by itself. You multiply it by itself, this number, which is what? Which is 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. Confirm? Then let's write it where we're gonna write it here. 11 squared. I said 1 multiplied by 1 is what? Is equal to 1. Because if you are multiplying this by itself first, then it will give you 1. Then you take down the answer, that 1. Then now the second step, you multiply this number by that square number, which is now you're gonna utilize that square number as 2. It's gonna be 1 multiplied by 2, and the answer will be what? Will be 2. Then you take your answer. There's your 2. Then the last one, the first one, always you multiply it by itself. You only multiply it by itself, meaning 1 multiply by 1 is equal to 1, which is 1, meaning that 11 squared is equal to 121. Then let's go to 12 and 13. 12 and 13 squared, squared. Remember what I said, no? I said you first, the last number you multiply by itself first, then you multiply it by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 it's 4. 1 times 1 it's 1. Multiply by itself. 3 multiplied by 3 it's 9. 3 multiplied by 2 it's 6. 1 multiplied by 1 it's 1. 14, yeah. Now there comes the tricky part now. Remember, once the numbers now they exceed the 9, they start to go to 10. Now we're going to carry over now. We're going to carry over now. Oh, as I was saying, sorry guys, it cutted this video. As I was saying, now go to 14. 14 is I said now sorry, things now they are changing now. Now once we exceed 10, we go up from 11 upwards, we must carry now. Remember I said you multiply this one by itself first, which is 4 times 4. Hence I said to you, first you must know all of these ones, the single numbers, which is from 1 to 10, they are squares, so that you don't struggle. So that you don't struggle when you reach the point of now you must carry now. So that you don't struggle now. Now here it goes now. 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to what? 16. Then we take 6 down. Then we carry 1. Let's put that 1 here. Then it's 4 multiplied by 2. Remember, must you multiply it by itself, then you multiply it by 2. Now it's 4 multiplied by 2, which is 8, plus that 1. That will give you 9. And then this one, you multiply by itself. 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. Now let's go to 15. 15 squared is 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 25. Then you take 5, you carry the 2. Then you multiply now that 5 by 2. 5 multiplied by 2 is equal to 10 plus 2, which is 12. Then take 2 down, you carry 1. Then you multiply this number normally by itself. 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2. And there you get your answers. You can prove it yourselves. This is just a beginning. I thank you.